Maybe I will not be surprised.
I
will not be surprised seeing people going to the airport to receive Ruto.
It's bound to happen.
Yeah, Kibaki alitutoa kwa hii vitu hii. President trying to be everything everywhere. Opening small roads, promising this and that. Kibaki told us no. These things are in the budget. Ask your MPs to make sure if you want a road in the budget. You can't go in every village promising village roads. The only power the president has is the power of mercy. If you are sentenced to death, he can commute it to life sentence. He can, only that is what the constitution gave the president. All this nonsense of, I will give you a road here, water, nonsense, is not there.
But I think
it's not there. So Parliament should make it clear and be very categorical. Mr. President, you will not allocate resources that have not been allocated by Parliament. So don't go around the country telling Kenyans you can give them this and that, because you don't have the power. The people he's calling his communication people are people who want to defend anything, including this launching. Have you seen it being defended?
Yes.
How can you defend something like that? He has a communication team of people who think your work is to justify anything. That's not what communication team is. The communication team does the work of making people understand, see and understand. See and
understand.
Public relations, for your information, is not propaganda. Is to expose the facts and the truth.
A very good day to you and welcome to Herman Manyora's YouTube channel. My name is Jedel Kabiru. Everyone is talking about the launching president. There are memes all over social media. Everyone is launching something in their home because this is what the president is doing. People are mocking him. People are going to different projects that he has launched, trying to see whether he has done something. I'm with Prof. Manyora going to talk about that. Prof, tell me, what are you looking at as Kenyans are bashing Ruto, looking at projects, all of them saying he's lying when you look at social media posts? Is this usually the case, or is this a first-time thing when you look at President William Ruto?
I have no words. I don't know what to say. What do you expect me to say?
You're speechless on this one.
You can't. Where do you start?
What is he doing? Is it politics, trying to get back to the people? And can this actually work?
You can do so in a more decent way, in a more, in a way befitting the stature of a president. A president is not a village boy. Yeah.
So everything that you're seeing...
I don't know who advises the president. I'm looking for a job at State House. Let's do more serious things. You are a popular president. People love you. You faltered a bit kidogo. You misstepped kidogo. But let's just get back on track. Because people love you. Stop this. Don't listen to people who are lying to you. Why do you go? Don't spoil your name.
Which is a better approach?
What are you launching? There was in my place, he came there, then there was a tap. And then somebody put a bucket. Honest, you can go and check it. A bucket, water and end up a bucket.
And then he launched it.
Oh, come on, you can't do that. Sometimes I don't think Kibaki is what people want to make him. But there's a lot we can learn from Kibaki. Alikuwa ametutoa kwa hii vitu hii ya ibu ndogo ndogo hizi. President doing all manner of things. Even being received. Soon you shall see people receiving Ruto at the airport. Dancers. Surely, and Kibaki ndo alitutoa huko. Maybe I will not be surprised. I will not be surprised seeing people going to the airport to receive Ruto.
It's bound to happen.
Yeah, Kibaki alitutoa kwa hii vitu hii. President trying to be everything everywhere. Opening small roads, promising this and that. Kibaki told us no. These things are in the budget. Ask your MPs to make sure if you want a road in the budget. You can't go in every village promising village roads.
Is it about...
You can't, and then launching just about anything. And then some of them have been launched and relaunched. Is launching the third, fourth time.
Yes.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Is there a better approach or a better way of becoming more popular? Because he feels like he needs to meet his people.
I cannot blame the president. It's just that we don't have parliament. Yeah, if we had parliament, even just 20 people in parliament. And I told Raila, openly, TV, YouTube, I think radio, I told Raila, do not play elective politics in a manner it was played in the 60s and 70s. Play modern elective politics. Strengthen your party, ODM. I remember Sifuna writing to me, he was very annoyed with me. And I said, in these developed democracies, parties do not wait for people to come and say, I want to run. They scout for people. They come and say, Judd, we want you to go and run Embakasi West. So, hi? No, I've never thought about it. And I have my job. No, we know. We shall take care of you. If you worked all your life until you retire, you are going to make so much. We'll guarantee you'll win this seat. And they talk to you until you agree to leave your job, come and run. So I told Raila, in areas where you are strong, identify individuals who cannot win on their own, but there will be an asset in the National Assembly. And I gave example of Langata. I said, you can take someone like Sifuna and put him in Langata. Sifuna was very annoyed with me. Because he was going for Senate. I told him, maybe you didn't understand me. I was making a point. I wasn't saying Sifuna should leave Senate. I was making a point, someone like him. Then you go to another constituent. Then you go to Luo Nyanza constituencies, which is a sure bet for anybody who runs on ODM. The same should apply to UDA now. And all these popular parties. They should scout for talent and let parliament be made up of men and women who can debate, who know this. So what am I trying to say? If we had men and women in parliament, they will stop the president from what he's doing.
How?
By simply making the president understand he doesn't have the power to do the things he's doing. Yeah. The president has no power to dish anything, nowhere in the constitution. The only power the president has is the power of mercy. If you are sentenced to death, he can commute it to life sentence. He can, only that is what the constitution gave the president. All this nonsense of, I will give you a road here, water, nonsense, is not there.
But I think
it's not there. So parliament should make it clear and be very categorical. Mr. President, you will not allocate resources that have not been allocated by parliament. So don't go around the country telling Kenyans you can give them this and that, because you don't have the power.
But when you look at the promises, they're not being delivered. This is most likely because he doesn't have the power.
Yes.
But there's this other side of, when I tell Kenyans something, they're more likely to like me more.
Yeah, to like me more. But from my experience in life, those things don't last long. Manufactured popularity doesn't last. That's manufactured. You are manufacturing it.
But this is how it got.
It doesn't work.
This is how it got.
But there are people. There are people who have a serious following of people who just love them. People like Raila have had following. He's just trying to mess it at the end. But this is a person who doesn't need to do anything for people to love him. So Raila has his own way of making people love him. I'm saying of late, I see him messing it a bit. So Ruto should look at his way. And he already had it through the hustler movement. By merely listening to the IMF and World Bank and abandoning his hustlers, he has erased everything that was there in form of his support. So he's now going to look for manufactured support. Yet he had it ready-made, like Raila's. He was the only man who could rival Raila in this country by having organic support. His hustler base believed in him and was ready to die for him. What did he do? He listened to the IMF and the World Bank, and he has disappointed the support. So if I were the president, I would simply moderate my relationship with IMF and the World Bank to allow me meet the expectation of my base of the hustler people. Okay? By delivering on my promises. And the president's promises to the hustler. By the way, what he promised is very achievable. He didn't promise very big things. No, he promised very simple things. He can achieve them in one financial year.
Why do you think he's getting it wrong? Because you're saying this approach will not work. You're saying what he has to achieve is very easy. He can't balance IMF, World Bank,
Yes.
the West.
And the other globalists.
Where is he getting it wrong? From where you sit, is it a matter of
He has
him not
allowed
listening?
himself, in my humble opinion, the president has allowed himself to be controlled by foreign forces. Because that's the only way I can understand why he's abandoning his people. And the things he promised these people are not difficult things. Yeah. These people don't want a lot. They just want simple things that can create hope among the hustlers.
What is the danger of making himself a mockery? As you see in social media, everyone, even when he was being asked, he was being told you are tone deaf. You don't get it. Everyone is just...
Everybody's launching even... You've seen people launching all sort of things.
At a socket. Even ugali, you've seen ribbons on ugali.
Let us launch this.
What is the problem?
And the president, by the way, the president is not like Uhuru, who said, magazeti ni ya kufungia nyama. The president is aware. He reads. The president watches news. Social media, he watches these clips. He has time. This guy is energetic. So he knows. So I'm just wondering, after seeing people launching their shoes, you wear a shoe and there's no sock.
Yeah.
You launch the socks, launch ugali, launch mahindi, launch socket.
So what is the danger?
I'm sure he's watching. It's not like these other presidents who don't watch. No, Raila and Ruto are keen on news. They watch. Raila watches what's happening on TV. He reads.
I'm asking, where do we go next if people have lost trust in the president?
It's up to him to retrace his steps. That's why the president requires a new set of advisors.
Tumerudi kwa kazi.
Number one, I don't need a job. Number two, he also needs a communication team. The president has mentioned it himself. He has blamed his communication team, right? It is so wanting. It is so useless. It will cost the president. What Uhuru did, and I want anybody to check. Now there's no politics because Uhuru is not around.
Yeah.
Mulimchapa na kaenda. So you can now be objective. What Uhuru did by way of development in terms of infrastructure and other things. Mzungu was here for 70 years, plus Kenyatta 15 years, plus Moi 24, plus Kibaki 10. They did not do even a quarter of what Uhuru did. When you walk in Nairobi today, when you look at, why do you think traffic is flowing in Nairobi? The arteries that have been, the roads open, Dole, Ngong Road, what? You know that. Mau Mau Road and many other things, Dongo Kundu, which Ruto was going to launch the other, and many of these things that Uhuru did. He was a projects president. But nobody knew what Uhuru was doing. Nobody. One day in Sagana, as he was trying to sell Raila, towards the end, Kapsa, is when I saw a guy with a big screen trying to show what Uhuru was. I said, if these guys had done this, nobody would have talked about it. So Ruto is making the same mistake. The people he's calling his communication people are people who want to defend anything, including this launching. Have you seen it being defended?
Yes.
How can you defend something like that? He has a communication team of people who think your work is to justify anything. That's not what communication team is. The communication team does the work of making people understand, see and understand. See and
understand.
Public relations, for your information, is not propaganda. Is to expose the facts and the truth. Okay? To the different people who should understand things. The question of, can you make people understand what's going on? Even if something has gone wrong. If something has gone wrong, you don't justify it. You don't say it's good and everybody thinks bad. You explain why perhaps things had to go the way they went.
So
and why tomorrow there will be no repeat of the same. And now people, instead of now blaming you, they begin to look at you with empathy. They understand why. Say, by the way, hata kama mimi ningekuwa hapo, most likely hata mimi ningefanya hivi. So he has people spread across ministries from State House to where in the name of communication. My friend, they can't even pass one simple exam in communication.
So if you look at Isaac Mwaura,
If he's speaking, it is not to defend, it is to explain. So advisors, he needs advisors.
Yeah.
He needs a set of communication people who by now will have told him, Mr. President, he could launch his answer. Please, let us stop there. It's not working. Let us look at a way of dealing with the hustlers. Let's do those things that target the hustlers. Life is difficult. What can we do to create employment in this country? That's what advisors should tell him. And tell him, well, whereas taxation may please IMF and the World Bank and the rest of these other people, it may not achieve what we need in terms of making the people of this country move forward and get happy and have hope and create employment for the young people of this country. Instead, listen to them up to this extent. Ikifika hapo naambia red line.
Red line. Thanks for tuning into that conversation. Here's the launching president. Leave a comment down below. Thanks for tuning in. Have yourself a lovely rest of your day.